18-mile course, 24 shooting stages. Mystery operations put on a Memorial Day run and gun like no other. This one was 18 miles long and I turned it into 21. 24 shooting stages. This competition had 2 resupplies, 10 pounds of extra sand in your pack, and a lot of shooting. And if you're new to this channel, we do run and guns, which are bathalons where you conquer the terrain and shoot the stages, which might be point blank all the way out to pushing 700 yards. There's a lot to go over, so we're going to jump right into it, and I'll catch you up on the way. Being a Memorial Day event, each stage was named after a conflict or a battle. And 1917, which is stage 1, was named due to the resemblance of crossing between shallow trenches. On this stage, you engage 5 cardboard targets on your way to a firing point. Where you drop, you engage 13 steel plates approximately 100 yards out, and then you pick up a discovered shotgun and engage 1 final steel target.
Hit! All right. Yeah.
Also, I need some help. I got beat by about 30 seconds on this stage. Can someone tell me where that time was? I don't know where I could have made up 30 seconds.
All right, clear.
Hill 937, later known as Hamburger Hill, which is what this stage is named after, was a battle in Vietnam fought by the U.S. Army. They were charging up a hill, and that's what you do in this stage, where you sprint up a hill and engage this target over and over again from 3 different positions. A lot of these stages have a lot of physical challenges. This is not a flat range. And in addition to the course, which included its own hills and heat and cacti, and the stress of the stages themselves often had you out of breath before you're shooting, which is its own skill.
1, 2, 3.
A unique approach to this run and gun was that it was rifle only. Traditionally, you use a pistol and a rifle, but today was all rifle. And I'm going to go over a few of the details of my rifle and things that I thought were really helpful as the video goes on. I'm pretty frustrated with myself with this error. I've done this before where I've put my hand in front of the ejection port and jammed myself up. This cost me about 20 seconds, which would have put me up to roughly 4th place. And I jacked it all up with this one error that I self-induced.
3. One, 2, 3.
Stage 3 required you to shoot through this tire and shoot 6 targets, each at a random order. So each person had their own order. Each of the targets are numbered 1 through 6. The distances I'm estimating are from 200 to about 350 yards. Once you were done with that, you shoot the small pistol target off to the left with a staccato that was sitting in the bucket. If you're still watching this, and I know you are, give me a like to support the channel and the sport. And if you're really enjoying this, please subscribe. You can follow along with all my adventures and lessons learned through all these run and guns. And then finally, if you want to come along and do one of these as well, share this with a buddy. There's a link down below where you can sign up for any of the mystery operations, and all of my videos will have links to where to sign up for that event.
5. On safe. Grab a staccato.
Oh yeah, forgot the other half of this.
On safe through the tire.
Bracket.
Indicate when ready.
Ready.
Stand by.
Stage 4, called Code Talkers, due to the super secret code that you got right before you started the stage, which gave you the directions on how to get down to your shooting positions. If you picked right, you had easier shooting positions. If you picked wrong, you had harder shooting positions. And then you went down to what was the easiest shooting position, this wobbly stick, and you engaged a bunch of ET-looking figures downrange. While not on this stage, I said at the beginning that these targets can range out to almost 700 yards. I used for my optic a PLx-C by Primary Arms, And so it's a 1 to 8, and I found that to be absolutely adequate for this event. Most of the targets were fairly well defined, though there were some camo targets that took time off of your shooting stages. The 1 to 8 did just fine, though I am interested in doing a 2 to 12. And I'd really like a lot of feedback on what 2 to 12 or potentially like a 2.5 to 15, something like that, that you would recommend for these type of events.
Damn. One more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Stage 5 forced a lot of weapon manipulation because you could only load 1 round and then you had to remove your magazine. So after every shot, you had to put your magazine back in, load a round, and take the magazine out. While stages like this are very rare, being able to use these skills and manipulate your weapon while on the clock is extremely valuable.
Oh, the middle one.
Yep. Push right, hard.
Nearly 50% of the crowd did not finish this stage, and I credit a lot of the success in getting a 4th place finish on this stage due to having a bipod, and that's only something I've recently started carrying with me. So far, I actually don't mind the extra bulk. It's not that much, and the weight is pretty minimal. I use a Magpul bipod.
Move. Re-engage. Time. Hey.
In running guns, we kind of pride ourselves in being able to be ready for everything. And once in a while, a match director gets a little bit carried away and then you end up swimming across the lake, which ended up feeling really good. Remember, it is approaching 100 degrees out in West Texas, so the swim was quite welcome. And speaking about being ready for about anything, 2 things that I recommend almost universally are a sun shirt and a good pair of trail shoes. So I wear Hoka Speed Goats, and my sun shirt is just a cheap one off of Tactical Distributors.
Nope. 1 shot on each. 2 shots on each. Let's finish. Unload the choke there.
All right, so I'm 8 miles in because I made a wrong turn like an idiot and added 2 more miles on. But I'm feeling good, and I gotta reload all the camera equipment and all my ammo and go do this again. So I'm a little slower pace than what I had hoped, but it makes sense with my detour. So trying to get some dry feet. Off on the 2nd lap. I'm 5 pounds heavier. I'm actually feeling pretty good. But I know I gotta pace it because I don't want to bonk. And I know that the last lap's gonna be extremely hot and I'll be tired. So I'm still gonna continue to pace, and hopefully my shooting gets a little bit better.
So I told you I'd catch up a little bit. At this point, we're supposed to be about 6 miles in, and there is a classification you can sign up for called Reserves, and that would have stopped at this point. Now, anyone in any of the other classes, such as the regulars and the elites and the people on bikes, they're going to keep going and continue on to stage 7 through 12. So we lose about 41 people, leaving 65 shooters remaining in this course.
Shooter on standby.
Some people treat these run and guns as a really fun time just to get out and go shoot and go along a beautiful course. and others are trying to compete and do the best that they absolutely can. If you are one of the people that are trying to compete absolutely the best that you can, I really encourage a broad range of fitness, whether it's sprinting, distance running, weightlifting, doing burpees, whatever it is. Don't just get honed in on a run or a lift. A lot of the top competitors will use muzzle brakes to get back on their targets pretty quick. I've been using this unrivaled siege brake and really enjoying it.
Ready and bye.
I think if you solely look at the stats on this stage, where you are prone and you're only shooting 330 yards, you're hitting 5 12-inch discs, that sounds really easy, and I was surprised that about 25% of the field wasn't able to do it. However, I struggled for a great while just trying to find out what the range of these targets are. It was very deceptive going down that hill, and the size of the targets were unknown. I was estimating them being much further out, and I was throwing rounds well over the targets and was really struggling with trying to figure out how far away these targets are. Once I was able to, the stage went pretty quick, but I think the moral of the story is being able to see a bunch of these different scenarios and being able to get much better at range estimation is critical to being able to be good at running guns.
All 12 o'clock high. Hit. 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 At stage 80.
Bye.
Stage 9 was really fun with a whole bunch of targets. So there was 12 plates that you each had to hit once, 8 silhouettes that you had to hit twice, plus another camo silhouette that you had to hit, and then an additional 1 silhouette out at 430 yards. All the close ones were about 150 yards out.
Far right.
The barrel length conversation can go on forever because it's a bunch of give and take. I use a 16-inch Rainier Arms match grade barrel, and the reason that I like the 16-inch is because I can reliably use an intermediate length gas system, and that helps keeps the shooting softer. Plus, having that match grade 16-inch, it's very accurate. You get tons of velocity. Though, definitely a good argument for having a smaller, more compact rifle as well, if that's what you end up choosing.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hit.
How many times you gotta hit that one?
2 on the far one.
On the what? Okay.
Head for the far target, brother.
Oh, up there. I hit the camo though, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
One. 2. Stage complete. Unload, show clear.
Stage 10 was fast and furious, and I really got to use my top dot. I use the Holosun SCRS, and I really like rifle dots as your alternative dot because the pistol dots, even though they say no parallax, they often have some level of parallax.
It finished unload, show clear.
Stage 11 was a bit of a wild card, and hopefully you picked the right pace to go through the course because what you had to do was find all the targets along the course, and hopefully you didn't miss anything. That would have been the biggest penalty. So one of the things that I ran into was there was a moving target that had failed, but this was a really fun one and just a unique experience.
What is that?
Sounds like a broken mover.
Yeah, don't shoot the moving target way on the right. Just step up to the front up here and there's one more. Shoot this next one. Perfect. You can unload and make clear. Stand by.
Stage 12 was tough, and it was windy, and these targets went out to 670 yards. To give an example of how bad it was, people in the regulars class, almost 80% of them did not finish this. Nobody in the e-bikes class was able to complete this. Only half of the elites were able to complete this, and that's the classification that I was in. And all but one biker did not hit this. So very tough course. The winds were the toughest part. The distances were challenging, but the winds going up and down the mountain and kind of differing as you shot along, I was able to hit all around the target and could never quite make the corrections to hit the target. So kudos to those that were able to figure this one out and complete this stage.
You're just a hair high at the 1 o'clock.
Dang. Did that not hit?
Nope. Six o'clock, half the target. Impact!
Jeez.
Yeah, this wind is brutal, man. You're hanging out around the 4 to 5 o'clock, about half target off. 6 o'clock, impact!
Jeez.
Six o'clock, half target. Just underneath it.
Oh shoot, which one am I on? Oh, okay.
Impact! Time!
Dude, that sucked.
This stage eats souls.
Oh man, that was terrible. Ah. All right, I'm 14 miles in. I'm supposed to be 12, but got lost on a loop. My quads are starting to light up. The rest of me feels pretty good. I've been chugging water like crazy and not peeing, so I'm gonna just keep doing that. I'm gonna get loaded back up with some more ammo and recharge some batteries real quick, or swap out some batteries real quick so I can keep filming. And back on to the last lap. All right, gotta be honest. I'm just trying to survive this last lap. I've been trying to take as many electrolytes and water as possible. Golly, man, I'm cramping in a lot of places now. It's getting it's getting worse. I'm feeling fine. Mine's good. Otherwise not fatiguing really that bad. But this 100-degree heat, I'm trying to exert myself. There's a few stages where I had to slow down just because of muscle fatigue and not wanting to cramp up. So a lot of pacing myself, and hopefully these last 6 miles go well.
So at this point, 2 of the classifications drop, the regulars and the bikers. That leaves 16 of us, the 12 elites, and then the 4 on the e-bikes. And we will complete all 12 of the stages again. They're slightly modified, and we're just going to go through them stage after stage after stage.
Yep. All right, stand by.
The biggest modification for M1 was that you skipped the silhouettes at the very beginning, and I am definitely not moving near as fast as what I was before. I have blisters on my feet, and I'm trying to keep my quads from cramping up.
Far right. Ground it.
I'm really not sure what I did here, but I got the stock of the shotgun stuck in my chest rig, and I couldn't get it to where I needed it to be.
Ah! Clear! That took far too long. This is me right before going up the hill. Specifically, that hill. I was doing good until we just did that hill. That freaking smoked me. Oh, there goes Pseudo. Make sure you check out his channel. I'll put the link below.
Bye.
Stage M2 returns us to the long range, and the difference was this time you don't shoot the 650 and 670 yard targets. You just go out to about 500 yards, and I did much better on this one.
The first target is just this side of the road.
Ow.
Impact. Impact. Impact.
Dang.
Impact.
Whew.
That's it.
Oh. Oh no. Oh well.
Hot.
This time on stage M3, you had to hit the silhouette twice as opposed to 3 times before.
Whoa! Where's oh my gosh, all the way up here. Did my camera fall out?
Yep.
Damn.
No. Back here. Right here.
And here I was having a little bit of trouble because I kept hitting the cacti, and that was affecting my point of impact.
I'm not hitting it?
No, sir. Hit! 2! One! 2! Go.
Oh! I thought it was just 2 positions.
No, sir. Just 2 shots per position.
Oh my gosh, I'm so spent.
1, 2. Alright.
Stage M4 was the same. However, you only had to hit the target once as opposed to twice. And for me, the moving target was actually working, so I got to see where it was traveling on the tracks.
Oh, camera down.
Stage M5 had a completely different set of targets. It was these extremely tiny precision targets, and you had to work on them big to small, and then still hit the silhouette with the staccato.
Hit. You missed one. You skipped one. Third from the. There you go. Hit.
Where's the other one?
Skip over to your left. Skip the next one. Go keep going left. Hit! One right beside it.
I think I'm gonna leave this a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Hit!
That
I
it?
need the one to the right of that. Hit! Now the one to the far left of that is maybe in the tree. Hit! Got him.
Ah!
Get the rifle in a safe
Is it,
Get the rifle in a safer position, please. There you go.
is it loaded or?
You got
Get
right
a
slide.
racket. It says always.
There you go.
Just ground very top.
M6 changed to 1 shot each, and you had a 10-second cap.
There you go. Almost so clear.
Okay, when ready.
I'm ready.
Stand by.
And by the time I hit M7, I hit my wall. There is no more running at this point. I am just trying to survive. And this stage, the difference was that as you went down, you could take a shot and you only had to hit one of the targets. But if you missed, you had to go back to a beginning point, reload, and then come down and try it again. So I took a lot of extra time just to make sure I did not have to walk
If you
anything
missed.
extra, because I don't think
you
I was
hit,
going to
you're
actually
done.
walk back up.
Hit. Stage clear.
Hashtag worth it.
Yeah.
Stand by.
M8 was changed where you had to hit the 430-yard target first, then you hit all the silhouettes once, and then you return back out to the 430-yard target, and when you hit that one, that's stage complete.
Hit! 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 Back up.
Yes, sir.
Hit!
Stage complete.
Picked up a tag along.
Ready.
We did.
Stage M9 didn't change at all. You had your 3 targets off to the right of the road, your 2 targets off to the left. You could only take 1 shot per. The big difference for me was my speed. I just did not have that extra energy to be able to move fast, and my feet were killing me with those massive blisters.
Hit.
Back left. That was the far target.
Yeah.
You gotta get the middle one.
Sounds good.
Hit! Pick everything up. Follow me. Come on. Let's go. Hard, hard. Let's run.
There's no more running.
Slow walk. Then.
Come on, buddy.
You're good. Okay, come here. I want to point out. You see the far target?
Yeah.
Now, right directly in front of us. You see the back officer?
Yeah.
Right in front.
Hit.
Go down a little bit. Right there. That's it. Right there. Right in front of you.
Do it. From here.
You're good. Don't worry about me. Time.
Good job. Good job, man.
What time you got?
Oh.
98.77.
Fine.
M10 was the same targets, but you only had to hit 3 of them, which sounds like it should have been super easy. And I don't know why I had such a hard time on the first time, and I don't know why I had such a hard time on the second time. But everyone seemed to have, because I still got 6th out of the 16, and I was really slow at doing this.
There we go.
Stage M11 looks terrible. This was all I had left. There was only 4 impacts that you had to make. You could pick which ones you want, and it was a pretty simple stage. I was just exhausted.
I'm not sure. You can pick. My people work out. You'll be good. Hit. 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 Hit.
And finally, I get back to the water again, which was such a relief. And I had a lot of energy after this because I finally got to cool down a little bit. Remember, it's still like 100 degrees out in West Texas, and I'm 20 miles in. So this one was quite a relief just to get into the water. And for this one, you just had to hit each target once.
One shot each. All right. Can do.
I think Mystery Ops did an amazing job at giving us a good physical challenge and a wide array of shooting challenges, plus a lot of shooting just in general. I encourage you to judge my performance and then come join me at their next event. The link is below. Last note, there were 2 sponsors that really stood out to me. Run and Gun Solutions, which is run by a fellow competitor, and you saw their pack all day. That's the one that I wore. And Able Company. They make the very next suppressor that I'm going to buy, the Theorem S, also made by a fellow run and gun competitor. Again, the link is below, and I hope to see you next event.